The story of the late Mzee Jackson Kibor. Mzee Kibor is a retired politician and a prominent farmer in Uasin Gishu. Jackson Kibor is one of the wealthiest businessmen in the country. He was a former KANU chairman and a friend of the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, as his vast wealth pegged on endless tracts of land and property. Mzee Kibor was born in Uasin Gishu County in 1934. His mother had moved with him to Nandi County before her death, but he went back to Kabas and began doing casual jobs at a tanning facility in the area. He told the local daily that his financial ascent began when he left the tanning company for a lorry driver's job for the late millionaire Jonathan Kibogi in Uasin Gishu County, earning Kenya shillings 75 a month. That was in 1958, 5 years before Kenya gained independence from British colonialists. Mzee Kibor's wealth. With more than 3,500 acres of land in Uasin Gishu and Trans Nzoia County, Kibor's astute of business acumen serves as an inspiration to many. He came from humble background and shared his rags to riches story. Kibor noted that his rise to Strando began when he left the tanning company and began driving lorries for the late millionaire Jonathan Kibogi in Uasin Gishu. He was quoted saying as follows: "I used to drive lorries transporting maize and potatoes across East Africa. Life was tough and I learned the important lesson of saving my salary. After some time, I accumulated an amount. I used to purchase my own potatoes that I sold in Kampala." He recalls adding, "I used to buy a bag of potatoes at Kenya shillings 6 per bag in Chepkerio and Machkei areas, using shillings 3 per bag for brokers and transport, while in Kampala I would sell a bag at shillings 16. I saved the profit and I used my own and I bought my own canter and got another lorry shortly. Besides transporting maize using the cargo train from Kabas and Boy areas." But it was at the police college where he honed his skills in that when a competition pitting contestants from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania came calling Kibor was at its best. Though it was held in Eldoret, it was an East African event. My win was captured in the dailies to the surprise of my family and friends. The car was valued at shillings 17,000. But Kibor turned his life around by making in real coin through large-scale maize and wheat farming. His first large piece of land measured 836 acres in Kabas. Buying began through winning shillings 35,000 in that championship alongside a brand new showroom car worth shillings 17,600. He was quoted saying the following: I borrowed shillings 55,000 from the land bank and earned shillings 12,000 and bought my first land measuring 836 acres in Kabas, where I grew maize and did a lot of dairy farming. My first wife, Mary, helped me manage the farm and repay the loan before I married Josephine in 1965, who also stayed on the same farm," says Kibor, who was granted prayers by the court to divorce Josephine. His second foray was in acquiring 1,543 acres in Cabernet area at shillings 220,000 in 1969 before purchasing 1160 acres in Kitale, which had 500 Frisian cows at shillings 1.5 million. Then Kibor struck the motherlode with 357 acres in Moiben at shillings 12 million. Jackson Kibor wives. Kibor had 4 wives, with latest being Unita, 36 years old. He was a talk of town after divorcing 2 wives, Naomi Jepto and Jepkoech, in a span of 14 months. Kibor divorced Jepkoech after 52 years in marriage, citing desertion, cruelty, and denial of conjugal rights. She states in affidavit that she is the fourth wife in Kibor, having met in Chepkoilel area and intimately engaged before marrying according to Nandi cultural customs in 2002 and bearing 5 children together. Jepko, age 69, once during a testimony blamed UNITA for a war, saying Kibor, 83, changed after marrying the third wife Naomi and subsequently UNITA. UNITA, 36 years old, has been the loggerheads with the some of Kibor's children from other wives who accused her of interfering in the distribution of wealth despite her being the youngest wife. Some of the quotes quoted were saying, I did not win this year or even last year as the social media is making it look. I was married to Kibor in 2002. We are blessed with 5 children and we live happily, said UNITA, adding that the video showing her and Kibor dancing and embracing in what was perceived to be their wedding was instead a wedding ceremony of their close family friend. The video is of 2015, where we were the best couple at the wedding of Fred Abram Cheruget, who resides in the United States of America. The wedding took place in Tindinho Falls in Nandi County, and we were dancing in the church, she explained. Jackson Kibor is the talk of the town. The Kibor's public figures. His full names were Jackson Kibor, nickname Mzee Kibor, birthplace Kibkabas in Uasin Gishu County, date of birth 1934, age 88 years old, height or tallness he was 180 centimeters tall, weight he was 87 kilograms, eye color brown, hair color gray, parents mother and father unknown, siblings unknown, religion Christianity, nationality he was a Kenyan, gender he was a male, sexual orientation he was straight, marital status he was married. Wife or official wife, we had UNITA Kibor. Kids and children, they were many, profession, a former politician and a farmer. Net worth was worth Kenya shillings 6 billion or 56 million US dollars.